Oh, kia ora. It's Thursday, the 27th of November, and we are arriving into Wellington. Hello, welcome back to Richard Vlogs Disney. My name's Richard, I make Disney vlogs, obviously. Roberta is not here because it's 7 AM, and as I often say on these cruise vlogs when I am up this stupidly early, she is not a crazy person, I am. But also, I just wanted to watch us come into Wellington. Wellington is the capital of New Zealand. It's right at the very bottom of the North Island. So we've come all the way from the top around, and we're just heading into the harbour now. I did say I would film anything that was interesting on our second day and pop it in a little bit now. I can't remember if I did or not, so I will put anything interesting now. Oh hello, it's Wednesday the 26th of November, and as often happens on all of these vlogs, we're in the middle of the sea. Yes, hello, welcome back to Richard Vlogs Disney. My name's Richard, I make Disney vlogs, obviously. This is Roberta, she doesn't make Disney vlogs, she's just forced to be in these ones. Welcome to our first sea day on the Disney Wonder. I don't know if you can see, I think you can. We have land. We're just sort of going around the very tip of New Zealand, and I don't think the camera's going to do it justice, but it's quite dramatic. It looks very cool. It's a sea day today. I'm not sure I'm going to record much. This is all getting rolled into the vlog when we're in Wellington tomorrow, but it's just, you don't often get very dramatic land like that from sea in like a Bahamas or a Caribbean cruise, so I just wanted to show that off. The royal gathering is currently happening in the atrium. That's a booked thing. The royal gathering goes on 30 days before your sailing departs, but it drops at midnight US Eastern Time, which is 5 AM normally for the UK. So to book this for my niece and nephew, I was up at 5 AM. It normally like books out within minutes, so if it's something that you want, set those alarms, but it's if you want to get a bunch of like princess meet and greets out of the way very quickly, it's just one after the other, after the other, after the other, so perfect for that. We're still navigating our way around this corner. I'll put a little map up on the screen and sort of show you where we're headed. Some shopping was done. We can show a little bit later, and we'll go back to the shops and I'll show you what they've got, but in true first day shops open fashion, because the first time we've ever been on a cruise that the shop didn't open on embarkation day because we didn't leave port till 10 PM, it was busy, and we're still very close, I don't know how well you can see in the background, to New Zealand, and you have to be 12 nautical miles off the coast before the shops can open, and where we were at the time we were still within that boundary, so they couldn't open till 12:30, it was quite late. It's the first showtime of the cruise, so it's the Golden Mickeys tonight. This is the Walt Disney Theatre on the Wonder. A little bit smaller than the other ships, it feels a bit strange. Okay, cool. So that was our first sea day. The weather, wow. Honestly, the weather was incredible. We had such a good sea day, just bright blue sky, really warm, stupid statement alert, but I did say to Roberta, I was like, we could just be in the Bahamas right now. And I know, the sea is the sea, it's blue and big everywhere, but it just felt like we were out in the middle of the Caribbean. It was wonderful. But today is our first port stop on this cruise, so we are about to enter into Wellington Harbour. It's going to take us about another half an hour from where we are now. Let me spin you around, I'll try and explain where we're going. I hope you can hear me over the wind, but we are heading through here, and Wellington sort of sits behind here. We should see it once we get around this corner. It's not called Windy Wellington for nothing. I could hear it up against our balcony door last night. The wind was howling. Where Wellington sits between the two islands, it creates a little bit of like a natural wind tunnel, which makes this bit where we are now, very windy, like this. Where are you going?
I am crazy, but I am free.
Yeah, it's windy. But I am gonna have a little wander around, just watch us coming in. I may find my dad in a moment, so if you see someone sort of standing around behind me that pretty much just looks like me 30 years from now, that's my dad. So that's who that is. The atrium is looking wonderful this morning. The Christmas tree is beautiful. It's Carousel of Progress on the music. I don't know how well that's coming through on the mic. That was great. There's our pilot boat. So the pilot is apparently already on the ship, guiding us in. I'm up on deck 9 now. It's blowy. As the sign is perfectly showing, it's very blowy. The flag is barely hanging on. We've had to come down a deck because it's gonna rain. And welcome to a now very rainy and windy Wellington. The weather's maybe changing our plans because we were thinking about going up the Wellington cable car, but it goes up here somewhere, and I don't think we'd see very much if we went up the cable car. So who knows where we're gonna go? We still haven't quite arrived yet. It's only 8 o'clock, so we're gonna go and get a coffee now from Cove and sort of make maybe new plans. A gangway is being put into place as we speak. We're back down in our room. It's kind of stopped raining, but you can see the clouds rolling in along the hills there, so I'm not sure we're in for a clear day. These are the buses to take us into town because we are quite a way away. You can see the city behind the stadium just there. We're off, or we're in the process of getting off, walking down the gangplank. Land. It's still grey, it's still rainy, but I always love getting off the ship. We have walked through nearly all of Wellington to come here. This is Te Papa. This is the National Museum, oh it's so windy. This is the National Museum of New Zealand. Te Papa roughly translates as our place. We're going to go in, we're going to have a look. They've got some cool Maori art, just information about New Zealand's wildlife, birds, all sorts of cool stuff. So we're going to go in here now. What are you doing?
You could say I'm just a freaky fun guy.
Just a freaky fun guy. That's great. So New Zealand broke off from Australia a long time ago, and what evolved here, where in most other countries were mammals, were birds. So they had this is a moa, and that's the size of it, what it used to be. And this still existed when humans first arrived in New Zealand, before it was hunted to extinction. But imagine that running at you from a forest. There still are some people that think that moas are out there somewhere. And to be honest, in New Zealand, it could be. I wouldn't be surprised if I found a dinosaur here every now and then, because it's pretty empty.
Me when I ask you a stupid question.
When I want
just a freaky fun guy.
Me looking at the flight attendant when they bring the snacks around. The kiwi, the bird that everyone knows from New Zealand, there are a bunch of different breeds that are dotted kind of around the country. I like the little spotted one, he's quite cute.
I like all of them, they're all cute.
They are cute, they're a very cute bird, completely flightless. We're weighing ourselves because there's a scale here, you can see what you weigh based upon the different birds. So we weigh as much as a bit more than a stout-legged moa, but look how heavy some of the biggest ones were. 240 kilograms of bird. New Zealand is a very geologically active place, part of the Pacific Ring of Fire. In fact, Wellington, where we are right now, is directly on the fault line between the Pacific Plate and the Australasian Plate. So it is one of the most earthquake-prone places in the world. So in Auckland it's volcanoes, in Wellington it's earthquakes. So this website is called GeoNet, and it will show you all of the earthquakes that have happened in New Zealand. And you can see how many there are. 3 hours ago, yesterday, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago. And this is just the ones that people have felt. Yeah, it's quite a lot. The carvings on this canoe are incredible. This definitely has some Moana vibes. Just the wood carvings on everything are just beautiful. This is a paddle for a canoe, but this one as well, how intricate that is. There is a stone called Panamu, which is very important to the local Maori population. They use it for carvings. Look at these. And it's used for jewelry and weapons for the Maori. They used to make like paddle weapons out of it. It's very important that you never buy one of the necklaces for yourself. It's best that it's gifted to you. Like this one that has not left my neck for, I want to say 10 years. That one's been there. When you lose them, and I have lost them before, the idea is that it was done. You were done with that bit, and it was time to be gifted another one. Because Wellington is such an earthquake-prone place, the buildings have to be essentially built on springs. So you can go under here, and it shows you how this building is protected from earthquakes. So these are the base isolators for Te Papa, and it means that if there is an earthquake right around here, it will move with the ground so that the museum stays up. And you can see here, that's how they work. So you can see all under here, this is just a cavity underneath of Te Papa. And if there was an earthquake right now, everything here would just shift around to make sure that the building was not damaged. It basically means that that whole museum that we were just in essentially floats. It's not directly connected to the ground. It connects to the base isolator that connects to the ground. Crazy, crazy engineering. And I guess not something we really normally have to think about in the UK of, oh, how do we stop this from falling down if there's a massive earthquake? It's trying to brighten up, but the hills really do keep the cloud kind of locked in, but it's trying desperately to brighten up. Wow, windy. The southernmost capital in the world, where we are right now in Wellington. It is a cool little city. It is little compared to Auckland, where we were before. Auckland is the biggest city in New Zealand, even though it's not the capital. Wellington, about 250,000 people. Wow. It's a bit of a shame that the weather isn't so good, because on a clear day, this is a large bay and you can see all the way around on like really clear sunny days. Our next stop is the Wellington cable car, which we weren't sure if we were going to go up because the weather's a bit stinky. We're still going to give it a go. We'll go up the car, and even if you can't see anything, we can just turn around and come back down. It's very similar to the one we did in Hong Kong, if you watched that vlog, very similar to that cable car. One thing I like about New Zealand, one of the many things I like about New Zealand, is you get a lot of old colonial architecture. I love this building right in the middle of a big city. But it's beautiful. You can locate the cable car from the model cable car. The car is already here, so we can just board straight on. You can kind of see up the tunnel there.
We're now approaching Talavera Station and the passing bit where the track divides.
And this is the view from the top. Very cool. Definitely clearing up a little bit now. You can see over to the other side of the bay. Also at the top is the entrance to the Botanic Gardens. The Beehive, which is the Parliament building, which I'll show when we get down there, is where we got dropped off. So we could actually walk from here through the Botanic Gardens and out. We won't, because we bought return tickets, but it is an option. I think I'm about to jinx it. Surprisingly not very windy up here, considering how windy it is down there. But then I just felt the breeze hit my back, so I might be about to jinx it. The bell's just gone, so the cable car's about to go down again. Also at the top here is the Cable Car Museum, which is free entry. Has some models of the old cars. So it looks like on the old ones you like sat on the side, which was probably terrifying. But imagine that coming down the hill. There is a little inside bit as well. And the cable car has brought us right back down, back into the city. We're heading back to the bus now. Just a reminder, if you're ever on a port that has a bus, it will pick you up from the same place that it dropped you off. So just remember where that is, so you don't miss your last bus. That is the New Zealand Parliament building. It's kind of ugly, but I also kind of like it. It's called the Beehive. And it's right where our bus is waiting to take us back to the ship, which is good because it started to rain again. We're back at our room on the ship. It's about 3 o'clock and we left the ship about 9:30, so we spent a real good amount of time at Te Papa, up the cable car, just wandering around Wellington. As always with any port stop, you can just like barely scratch the surface of what is actually available anywhere. Wellington is a city that deserves a few days, 100%. If you ever do come to New Zealand, spend a bit of time here, explore around. It's a really cool place, but trying to get it really done in a day is pretty much impossible. But I'm happy with what we chose to do, how long we spent off the ship. It is pirate night. All of the music throughout the ship is now pirate music. I'm about to go out for a walk, just around the ship, see what's going on. Dinner in Triton's for pirate night dinner. Pirate night deck party, complete with fireworks. I assume weather dependent. I really don't know about that. Could be a rainy fireworks one, but who knows? Let's go find out a little bit later. I know not everyone's a loser like me, but it was cool driving along this road looking at the ship, and I did wonder what the people driving along were thinking, because I would probably crash trying to look at the ship. Since we've just left the room, it seems like a good time to talk about our door magnets. If you do like the door magnets, some of these are #gifted from our friends at Indigo Dinosaur. I will put a link in the description, of course, so you can go and get your own cruise magnets. They do generic cruise magnets, Royal Caribbean cruise magnets, Virgin Voyages cruise magnets, so definitely go and see Indigo Dinosaur to get your cruise magnets. And also, this is our question of the day. I think someone's cheated down here because we didn't add New Zealand as an option, but that was our question of the day. I can't remember if I've showed this yet in a vlog. This is the French Quarter Lounge. It's on deck 3. Used to be the Promenade Lounge, or at least it was on the Magic when we were there. And it's genuinely one of the best themed spaces on the ship. It's awesome. Like at the back there, it's like a rail car. There are the beads. Like, look at that, that's so cool. You can also get beignets there, which makes sense because Tiana's place is just down the corridor, but we'll get beignets at some point. Haven't yet, but we'll get beignets. We actually won a trivia for once. The first time we've ever actually won a trivia. Disney Parks Trivia, level 1. It's dinner time. We're in Triton's tonight for Pirate Night. We were also in Triton's last night for the normal menu, which I completely forgot to film, so you don't get to see that. But it's the same as the Royal Court, Royal Palace, Lumiere's on the Magic menu. Like, it's that menu. Everyone knows that menu. I've shown it many times before, it doesn't matter. I'm rambling because I've come out because we're leaving. So I just ran up from Triton's. We were sat by the window so I could see where we were leaving. I probably missed the horn, but we are leaving Wellington. Oh, my hair is awful. What is wrong with that? Grooming tips. It's really bad. What is going on there? What is this? Anyway, not hair time. with Richard. It's really greasy as well. It looks terrible, doesn't it? That's like the worst hair I've ever done. The captain came over the tannoy, intercom, whatever you want to call it, said that we're on our way down to Christchurch. We'll be there on time tomorrow at 8 o'clock. The weather tomorrow is supposed to be much better than this, but I have been to Wellington before, right? And when I think of Wellington in my head, this is what I think of. I think of grey clouds because I've just experienced this here so much. So I feel like I got and Roberta got the authentic Wellington experience. It was also just very cool to be here on a ship. Having been here before, knowing Wellington, I never imagined I would be here on a Disney cruise. I'm just really grateful that we got to come here on this ship. Anyway, let's go back to dinner. I already forgot to film my starter, which doesn't matter because it's the Pirate Night menu, which again, you've seen before many, many times. You don't need to see it again. I had the satay chicken. We're back to the room after dinner and 90s music trivia to our bed runner octopus squid thing. We didn't win trivia, but we did win some keychains. Roberta got hers for doing a very good Macarena. As being demonstrated right now. I got mine for the best passionate singing of It's All Coming Back to Me Now by Celine Dion. These are the kind of things that we really should film for the vlog, but you don't get to see these things.
That's
it. Okay, yeah, that's on Richard Vlogs Disney After Dark. Let's go outside and see what's going on. Yeah, believe it or not, this is it calming down. As we left Wellington, it was really intense. Even the clouds are like thinning out. It's like it's just sitting on top of Wellington, so it's pretty chill right now, and I think it's supposed to be even better tomorrow. The sun is trying to give us a sunset. I don't even know what way the land is now because it's just, yeah, it's very grey. It's very grey. You having fun, Goofy?
Yeah.
Oh, what a dance.
It's pirate jig.
It's pirate jig. Wow, look at that. We came down to the French Quarter Lounge to get beignets. That was caramel sauce on Roberta's.
I promised you a party, so here's a party in the sky! Look!
I've come out onto the promenade to do my wrap up because Roberta didn't come to Pirate Night because she's very sleepy, which is fair enough. Let me spin you around though and just show you the promenade. Did you know that the Magic and the Wonder are the only Disney ships with actual wooden promenades? The rest of them, if you notice, it's not wooden and the lines of the panels are just like painted on. This is an actual wood promenade. Well, this is just the vlog of bad hair, isn't it? I had a shower and now it's gone fluffy, but God knows what those foam bits are doing. But what you did just watch though is Pirate Night, obviously, with the fireworks. It was good because it was pretty touch and go actually for quite a while if they were going to even be able to launch the fireworks because of how windy it's been today. Luckily they did. Caught me a little bit off guard because the show itself is a bit weird. It wasn't really like any other Pirate Night show I've ever seen. It was just dancing to very much not pirate related music. And then Mickey turns up and goes, oh, there's gonna be a show, and bang. Probably of the 3 classes of ship, Magic, Dream and Wish classes, each has a different Pirate Night and they get progressively better the newer the ship. The ones on the Wish class is much better than the ones on the Dream class, which is much better than this. However, it's still fireworks in the middle of the sea, which I'm always happy to see fireworks. So let's not complain about that. That's kind of it for this one though. I had a great day. I was so glad or just so happy to go back to Wellington. That's the first time I've been to Wellington in about 10 years, which is nuts when I say it out loud like that. I spent a lot of time in Wellington and I hope if you are watching this considering a trip to New Zealand. Not that I kind of know why you would use this as a research, but if you are, I hope you give Wellington the love and attention that it deserves and the time that it deserves that you just cannot get with a single port stop on a cruise. Talking of port stops, tomorrow we are in Christchurch, and it is the shortest port stop I've ever had on a cruise. The all aboard is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but the last bus back from Christchurch to the port is at 1:30. So we essentially have a morning in Christchurch. This also marks the halfway point of our cruise because we have sea day, port day, sea day. So Christchurch and then another day at sea to get all the way back up to Auckland for disembarkation. How am I enjoying it so far? You know the answer to that. I'm on a Disney cruise and I'm never not going to enjoy it. I think if you have the opportunity to come on one of the original 2 ships, don't discount it because you may consider them to be older or lesser than the newer ships. Like, of course, every class of ship that's newer has new things to do on it. They are grander, they are bigger, they have more activities, but that doesn't mean that the wonder and the magic are not wonderful ships. They are. I cannot believe this ship is 26 years old. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next vlog when we are in Christchurch, but until then, I'll see you in the next one very soon. Bye! Kia ora. It's Friday, the 28th of November, and we are arriving into Christchurch. Hello, welcome back to Richard Vlogs Disney. My name's Richard. I make Disney vlogs, obviously. Roberta's not here because, again, I'm up kind of offensively early to watch us arrive into a place. This is the first time the Disney Wonder has ever arrived into Christchurch. Yesterday was the first time it ever arrived into Wellington, but it's the first time it's ever arrived into Christchurch, but we are not really at Christchurch. We are in a town, or arriving into a town called Littleton, which is about a 25 to 30 minute drive from Christchurch. There are buses that will take you straight into the city, but it's a little bit longer than yesterday. It's not like a direct arrival right into a big city, but the arrival is pretty spectacular, very rugged coastline. I'm going to go right up to the front to get a really good view, but it's very cool. Looks like we've got some tugs coming to meet us to take us in the rest of the way. The good news is that it is much warmer than yesterday, even though it's still a little bit cloudy overhead, but I can see it's blue sky just over there. We think this is where we're going to be moored, but we are now doing a full spin. So we've come in and now we're being essentially tugged around in a circle. So we've come from over there. There it is. That it again? I'm doing that thing again where there's a dolphin somewhere, so I'm just filming and hoping I catch it on camera. We've fully arrived. People are getting off. The buses are here to take us into Christchurch. The sun is coming, like the blue sky is coming. And it is disembarkation time. I told you the sun was coming out soon. Solid land. I genuinely believe that the original 2 are also the most beautiful of the Disney ships. There's just something so classic about them. Like, they look just like old classic ocean liners, and just because the fantasy and the dream, even though for the most part they are the same, are just a bit more modern. I think it loses a lot of the charm that these ones do. I love these ships. The sun's out, it's bright, I can barely see. I got my sunglasses in my bag, luckily. We're gonna jump on the bus now to Christchurch. It's about 30 to 40 minutes, maybe a little bit less, and let's go have a look. And welcome to Christchurch. We've been dropped off right at the edge of town already. How there's so many people out, like information people. It's very helpful. We've been told there's free Wi-Fi here if we need to use it. They're trying to give us maps, show us where to go. They evidently are putting it on for the cruise ship passengers, but just so incredibly helpful straight away. Kind of like Wellington, I haven't been to Christchurch in about 10 years. Last time I was here, it was still massively recovering from the earthquake in 2012. to the point that this arch that we just walked through, Remembrance Arch, you couldn't get near it. It was so earthquake damaged that it took them a really long time to keep it, you know, essentially to strengthen it to the point that you could get close to it. Now I know where I am, I can't believe the recovery. I know it's really hard to understand if you've never been here, but this place was, to use the word they used here, munted. It was completely destroyed. Where we're looking at now, behind me here, there was like a temporary shopping centre made of shipping containers, which is just gone now, because they've rebuilt it. It's incredible to see. You might notice there's some electrical cables here. There's like a little trolley car, like tram that goes round, and that's what we're going to sort of head towards after having a little bit of a wander. That's cool, I like that. It's weird seeing this old trolley car down quite a modern city street, but that's very cool. We've come down to Cathedral Square. This here sort of shows what the cathedral used to look like. And as we go around this corner here, there's kind of what's left of it. You'll notice that the spire, which was here, is completely gone. Even though it was 13 years ago now since the earthquake, the cathedral has been very hard to restore. It was a very old building with zero earthquake proofing as it was, and if it wasn't the cathedral, it would have just been knocked down because it was so damaged, as shown by this picture. This is what the cathedral looked like the day after the earthquake, and you can just see how much rubble is on the ground, the inside there. This picture here of people inside was the first human entry back into the cathedral in 2022. That was 10 years after the earthquake, that the building was considered too dangerous to go back inside. We have bought our tickets for the tram. They were $40 each. Remember, New Zealand dollars are about double pounds, so basically just half it. So £20. It's a whole day ticket. You can hop on and off as many times as you want. I think that's really good. I think that's really good value. They do a like figure 8 loop around the city, and a tram has just pulled up now. This is very cool. I love the old advertisements.
Now the tram we're on at the moment, tram 1888, is actually a Sydney tram, manufactured in 1934, and so she is quite old, but certainly not the oldest. Now it also it looks as like it's getting back out, so just over a year ago. Good Scotland Cathedral, we run out of money again. It's actually been shrink wrapped for the last year and a bit.
They have spent a fortune fixing this up. It was heavily damaged in the quake. Over the last 15 years, they've spent well over 200 million on restoration. It's been the largest heritage restoration in the Southern Hemisphere. Was the largest in the world, but someone burnt down Notre Dame. So now it's just Southern Hemisphere. As most of our male statues fell down and broke in the earthquakes, arms, legs and heads went flying. She just stood there scowling through the whole thing, never moved once, just on the left, looking like a boss as always. Queen Vic. Stop 17. You're just looking for somewhere to relax, just a couple of people to pick up here, we'll carry on.
We have disembarked the tram. We are now walking back along some of the route, because even though we could have got off and got back on again, we just decided to stay around the whole loop. This is New Regent Street. It's just really cute. Like, the architecture is just really sweet. The driver said this is the only street in New Zealand where the architecture is the same along the whole length, and I like how the tram just runs right through the middle. I highly recommend the tram if you are coming to Christchurch. It was, like I said, $40 before. We were on there for about 50 minutes. We went around the whole, it's like a figure 8 loop, and it was really interesting. The drivers gave some great information about the city, things to see, things to do. We learned that there was over 1,000 buildings that were demolished during the earthquake, which I've kept saying was in 2012, but was actually in 2011. There are multiple trams that run around the loops. Some of them are older than others. I like this one that I'm looking at now, how it has like an open middle. Here's an example of something that was quake damage that is still quake damage. So this building evidently is too unsafe to enter, but they also haven't figured out how to knock it down yet. We walked back down to the Arts Centre building just because I really like it. It reminds me again of home. This building in front looks like it survived the earthquake because that looks like quite an old building, but it didn't. They just kept the facade. The building was too damaged to keep, but they wanted to keep some of the architectural, distinctiveness of Christchurch from before the earthquake. So they managed to rescue the facade and build a whole new building behind it, which is good because it's very cool. And as we normally do in every port we go to, we'll finish with some ice cream. So we came to Wellington Gelato. On our tram tour, the driver told us that this was one of the 3 buildings on Cashew Street that survived the earthquake, because the owner of the building had suspiciously earthquake-proofed the entire building like a few months before the earthquake. So there's a conspiracy for you. It was a Wellington Gelato that caused the earthquake. We're going to eat this. We're going to head back to the ship. It's coming up to like 1:30, so we're basically, 12:30, nearly 1 o'clock. So we're basically, last bus is at 2, so we're basically out of time now. And we're back at the ship. I've just come for a walk up on deck 10, which feels too low to be the top deck, but down on deck 10, this day has just turned into an absolute beauty. It's a really nice port to be coming out of. They're doing the sail away party today because of our delayed departure from Auckland. We didn't get to have it. I'm really glad that they've rescheduled it till today. So that's in 45 minutes. Luckily we don't have to do that. Go to the muster drill, run up however many flights of stairs it is to get to the top to get a good spot. We'll just get up here. Get a good spot. It's Mickey's Sailor Wave party. It's not one I've seen before because the only other time I've been on this class of ship was the Magic during COVID, and we didn't do Sailor Wave parties then. So no Sailor Wave party, not seen this Sailor Wave party before. So looking forward to that. Obviously looking forward to hearing the horn because it's always just a good time to hear the horn. And then tonight we are in dinner in Animator's Palette, and then it's Frozen is the show. We're also going to go to, I think it's 2000s music trivia now, try and win our 2nd medal of the cruise. I doubt we'll do it that one. The music trivias are probably the hardest ones to win. That was the sail away party, but you may notice that we weren't sailing away. We are still here. We were supposed to leave an hour and a half ago. We were supposed to leave an hour and a half ago. We are still here. The captain came over and announced that they were doing some maintenance on the engine today, and it's taking a bit longer than they had anticipated. We are not going anywhere anytime soon. There is no one at our ropes The current anticipated leaving time is 6 p.m, which is 3 hours behind schedule. The universe has given us our 6 hours back. If this is the first episode you've watched, this ship was 6 hours late getting into Auckland on our embarkation day. We didn't get on the ship until 6 p.m. We didn't leave Auckland until 10 p.m, so we were 6 hours behind schedule. It seems like it's happened again. So, yeah. The universe is giving us our 6 hours back. Dinner tonight is in Animator's Palette. I love Animator's Palette on the original two. I think I much prefer it to the Dream and the Fantasy. I like this sketchy feeling. The fact that it's all white and becomes colour over the course of the evening, I just think is very, very cool. The good thing about Animator's Palette is it's right at the back of deck 4, so you can come straight out onto the promenade when you feel the engines going. We have left. We are 3.5 hours behind schedule. That doesn't bother me. You know I'm happy to be behind schedule if it means I get to spend more time on the ship. But we are on our way out back into the Pacific for our long journey back up to Auckland. I'm kind of shaking, and it's not just because the ship is moving. We just did 2000s music trivia, and you know how bad we are at the trivia. Like how in every cruise we try desperately to win trivia, and apart from a couple of Taylor Swift accurate
That's tomorrow.
yeah, we never
We're
win.
getting more tomorrow.
Yeah, we never win, right? And then we won Disney Cruise Line trivia. No, what did we win? Parks trivia, like 2 days ago. And I was like, we finally did it. Well, we just went to 2000s music trivia, and we got a perfect score. We got it. And I guarantee on all of my viewers' lives, so the one of you that's watching, we didn't cheat. I promise, we didn't cheat. But the entertainment host that's doing the adult entertainment on the show, adult entertainment, that makes it sound way dodgy, the like adult game shows and stuff, she gave us like a prize pack. Look at this, it's got a crossbody bag, we've got Disney Cruise Line caps, we've got journals, we've got there's a keychain in here, there's a luggage tag, there was one of every single medallion that they do. We did it, Joe. We finally did it. We came back to our room after Frozen. We have a frog today. This one's actually, I don't think we've ever had a frog before. That's really cool. That's really good. Yeah, pop some Disney Cruise Line branded glasses on him. Oh yeah. This isn't the end of the vlog though. We do have a sea day tomorrow. So I don't know how much of that I'll show because sea days are variable. Sometimes stuff happens, sometimes it doesn't. But I will still vlog to give my thoughts and wrap up at the end of the very last day before we get off to disembark back at Auckland. So there's a little bit more to come. Kia ora, Saturday 29th of November, middle of the sea. Good morning, welcome back. You didn't go anywhere, I went somewhere. I went to sleep for a little bit. It is 7:10. It's not the most egregiously early that I've ever woken up on a cruise, but it is still pretty early. But I don't know if you can tell from the squinting, it's bright. It is a bright, sunny morning. A little bit windy, but it is a bright morning on our way back to Auckland. Sea's looking nice though. A little bit of movement, not too bad. Like I said, sea day, not too sure what I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna go, what I'm gonna show. I did realise I didn't do a merchandise tour yet, so I will go through the shops and show you. They will be open today. I'll go and check at what time, but I'll take you through the shops of what's available. I came over to the other side of the promenade. You can see the coast of the North Island of New Zealand. At the front, on the Magic and Wonder, on what is the promenade loop, you get this awesome sort of view into some of the like working areas of the ship. Like, these are the anchor chains for the anchors on each side of the bow of the ship. And you can see all of the ropes are stored here. Like, it really feels like a place you're not supposed to be. But it is, it's public space. This is the running track. And it's just cool to see this. I know there's like security and safety reasons why. I wish you could see into more stuff like this. Like, I'm a nerd. I would just love to be able to see more stuff on all of the ships we go about, like the workings of the ship. This is cool. I've come further forward because while it is cool, it's also quite noisy down there. I don't know how much you could hear me. Yeah, it's just cool to see the inner workings of the ship. When the Wonder and the Magic first launched, and you have to remember the Magic was 98, the Wonder was 99. So this is the time before that thing that happened in 2001, where suddenly security became much more, not important, but implemented, I guess. And before that though, you could view the bridge. Like, I'll see if I can find a picture and put it on screen, but you could walk around like a walkway that looked down into the bridge, which again, that's just cool. Like, it's a shit, you can't do it anymore, and I think the gym is now where that walkway was, but that's just cool. You used to be able to go and view what the officers were doing, what was happening on the bridge, and get that view out the front, not from a treadmill. Yeah, it is a shame. You think about that stuff that we just can't do because there's nasty people in the world. No, please God, no. The bag. We had a deal. The bag tags are here. We got Tinkerbell this time. It was also churro waffle day at Cabanas, so saved some of those later for the old ice cream trick. I did promise a shop merchandise tour, so let's start in Whitecaps. So this is the seasonal merchandise. Oops, sorry, Minnie, dropped her. We have Minnie and Mickey in their like hats and hiking gear. I really like that, that's really cute. This is the New Zealand t-shirt. That one is $34.99. There is also New Zealand and Australia season ears. They have the two countries on the medallion. There you go, focus. There's also a New Zealand specific Christmas tree ornament, which I think is really, really nice. The little bottle holder's quite nice. It's not really for me, but I like the bottle inside. I'm just going to get one out and show you. Oh, Roberta, here's my assistant.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
Like, the bottle is really cute.
I love
I just don't, I'm not, this isn't for me, but I do like this.
But where's the New Zealand stuff?
What do you mean?
Because this is just koalas, quokkas, and kangaroos.
Not enough kiwis. There's also a kids New Zealand t-shirt, which I think is really cute. There is a New Zealand specific pin. You know that I already bought this, but there is a New Zealand specific pin. That one's $22.99. Good stock of all of the stuff actually on this cruise. Very Australian and New Zealand. You can even, yep, there you go. Great walking hat. G'day.
G'day, mate.
And then the final piece that is specific to the season is the Australia-New Zealand Spirit jersey, as modelled by Roberta. There's also another bottle. I actually really like this bottle as well, and also it has more New Zealand references on it than the other one.
I like this.
Yeah. Down under on the Disney Wonder.
Loki wand.
Moving into more specific stuff, we have obviously the Disney Wonder mug, the Disney Wonder ears that you get on, that they have for each ship now, Disney Wonder caps, Disney Wonder t-shirts. There is this Spirit jersey. This is the thing that's probably sold out the most, the Disney Wonder specific Spirit jersey. We're then getting into, again, more kind of generic cruise line merch. I won't go into too much detail of this stuff, but you can see that it's like your standard Disney Cruise Line merch. More mugs, more caps, more t-shirts. Just of those things. I do think this is a nice bottle. I'm not a fan of the Mickey Mouse topper, but The bottle itself is nice, and that is $35. And then across the corridor is good old Mickey's main sale. Here is more toys, kid stuff, and generic cruise line merchandise, like this coffee cup, which is quite nice. How much is that one?
$30.
$30 $30 We have Bluey stuff, of course, being down under, including Bluey Squishmallows. And I think I showed it in an earlier vlog. If not, you could meet Bluey and Bingo on this cruise. It was awesome. I like this towel animal Christmas tree ornament. That's clever and quite cute, and I like that. There's this Disney Wonder pin. This I don't know if this is the beginning of a new set, because it's been a while since we've been on a ship, but I'm wondering if they're now doing atrium statue and ship name pins, because that would be quite a good set to collect.
Wonder.
There's also a new ship like name and stern character pins. Again, not seen this style before, so I'm not sure if they are available for the other ships, but I'm going to grab this one before it disappears. Looks like it was only 2 left. Animator's palette, like restaurant specific pins. That's very deep cut. Ones for Tiana's as well, which is one of the other restaurants on this ship. Never mind, I found loads of the Disney Wonder pin. There's also these new, again, not a style I've seen before, not sure if it's available for all of the ships, but I like this one. So that one is coming home.
Kind of like this one.
Roberta likes the Sailor Pluto. That is cute. Sorry, sudden time jump. That is some of the merchandise that is available. I bumped into my family in the shop, so kind of stopped, but there was nothing else really to show. All the important merchandise, all the good merchandise I did show. On the grips that you've just seen, I bought the 2 Wonder pins, which I'm really happy with. I really like those pins. We're out on our balcony. We are still sailing our way back to Auckland. Look how calm this sea is, though. This is a lake. This isn't the sea, this is a lake. I was a little bit unsure about what it would be like on this cruise, because we're in the Pacific right now, and it's not like we're in a sort of, the Bahamas is quite a protected little bit of ocean. This is not. There is nothing that way until South America, so you can get very rough seas here, but truly, never did I imagine that the calmest sea I would ever cruise on would be the Pacific. This is, it's got even flatter. There's nothing going on out there. It's just blue seas, blue skies, nothing else. Been quite lucky with wildlife on this cruise, but I don't think I managed to catch any of it on camera, because the first sea day we saw dolphins. Yesterday coming into Christchurch we saw dolphins, and today I saw orcas. Roberta doesn't believe me because I was out on our balcony and I called her and I was like, come quick, as they were like cresting, and then I'd seen them crest twice, and then I think they went under the ship, and we raced down to deck 4 to the other side to see if they were still around. They were not. But unbelievable thing to see. I can't believe I saw orcas in the wild. Just an incredible spot. Kind of a good thing about being down here near New Zealand is whales and dolphins are kind of common, so it was probably more likely to see them here than anywhere else, but I'm constantly like scanning, looking for them. If I do see anything, I'll try and spin the camera around, but a wildlife, like a videographer, photographer, I am not. We are in Tiana's for our final dinner. We did eat here on the first night, but we didn't get the show, so I'm glad we get the proper menu and the show tonight. So we're out of dinner. We had dinner at Tiana's. I love the show restaurants like Coco and Frozen, but it's always seating dependent, and we didn't have the best show, best seating, sorry. It was a good show. Wow, right round the corner. Gonna back up a bit. Yeah, we didn't have the best seat for the show, but it's always nice in the show restaurants when you have the live music, and obviously Tiana and Lewis were there. It was very, very good. I haven't shown any food, I think, apart from maybe our first night's food. I need to get into the sun. On this cruise, because I've been dining with my family, whereas normally it would just be us and Roberta and we can talk about it. We've come up on deck where Roberta wants to take some pictures, and I mean, just sailing in New Zealand, man, like, wow. You can just see these mountains off in the distance. The sun is starting to go down. First time we've ever had a monkey towel animal. That's really good. I like that one. It's just about showtime, but this is showtime. Just beautiful. Well, the time has come to demagnet the door, but I will use this as a chance to give a good shout out to my friends at Indigo Dinosaur, who kindly gifted some of these magnets. So hashtag gifted. I'll put them down in the description if you want any kind of cruise magnets. They have Disney cruise magnets, generic cruise magnets, Virgin Voyages cruise magnets. Go check them out. They're great. And that does, conclude our regularly scheduled programming or irregularly scheduled programming.
You can tell who uses sunscreen and who doesn't.
Yeah, and now I think I look nice. It's a crispy. I'm probably going to go out and do my annual last night walkabout and be sad, but actually it's kind of, well, it is our last night. Obviously we're not sleeping in here again, but we all are also running late. I think I've said that already in the vlog, but we are running late, so we are not due back into Auckland until 11 a.m. and what are you doing?
Just showing all of the amazing
messages. The messages, yeah. We are not due back into Auckland until 11 a.m. rather than 7 a.m, which means that there's stuff to do tomorrow. Like, if we wanted to, there's like adult-only trivias and characters are out and the pools are open. It's going to be really weird to have a last morning, which is not just go to Cove and get a coffee and then leave. However, I might film a little bit, especially us coming into Auckland, so that will be cool. So if I do, it will go in now. Oh, hello. Sunday, 30th of November. Still sailing. I don't know why I did a pause. I will have edited it, but I did a pause then, like, for the music, like this is the start of a new episode. It's not, it's just a little mini thing. Hello, welcome still to the Disney Wonder as part of our wrap up. We are still sailing. It is 9:10. If I spin you around, there is Auckland off in the distance. There is Rangitoto. So we are getting there. We're going very slowly. I get the feeling that there is a speed limit in the harbour area, but it's kind of cool to come sailing into your final port in the middle of the day. We did also basically get all of our time back, which is great. Like I said, it is 9:10, so we've had breakfast. We have to be out of the room by 10, so we've got like another hour to pack stuff up, but we are basically done. We are very nearly here. It's a bit earlier than they expected. This is just coming up to 10 o'clock. We're probably about 5 minutes away. Right back where we started. Sad.
But you know what? It's, you know how we normally when we're on a cruise, we'll go to sleep, we're still out at sea.
Yeah.
We wake up and it's like in Fantasmic, like, oh.
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream, it never happened. But today we actually woke up.
Still out there.
We're still out there. Out there.
Best last night's sleep I ever had, because normally I sleep like very badly on the last night, because I'm always like, oh, it's over, we're there, we're back, gotta get up, breakfast. But there was no rush this morning. It was kind of nice. I don't think I'm advocating for 6 o'clock boarding times and later debarkation times, but it was quite nice to do it this way around. Just once. We are getting off. Bye, Disney Wonder. And you're back in the room. So
How was that?
How was that? I hope it was good. I got thoughts. I got a lot of thoughts. That's great. That's really nice of you. I'm getting into the feeling now, I don't know if it's just me, that I prefer cruises to parks.
Yeah, I think cruises are better.
Yeah, I'm
Cruises are better than
cruises are better than people. Yeah, it was a trip of two halves. I much preferred the cruise half to the parks half. Who knows what that means for future trips? There are no future trips currently booked. Every time I say that. You okay? Okay.
Slow-mo that, aren't you?
Yeah, probably. Currently booked. Every time I say we don't have any plans to book anything, we end up with something. Like, we didn't have planned to book this. We didn't plan to book Hong Kong Disneyland, but we were there anyway. That is it. Thank you so much for watching this vlog, any other vlogs in this series. If you did, I do really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all of that other stuff, because it really does help me out when you do it. Whenever we are back, you will see us. We will be there. This thing will be in whatever theme park, Disney park, Universal Park, Disney cruise ship we are on, because that's just the way that I do trips now. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in...
More of us here at Richard Vlogs Disney.
Yeah.
Back to you in the studio.
For one last time from the Disney Wonder. Bye.